Well, when we don't turn the ball over, we look pretty good.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, we look good when we take care of it and we share it. But right now, it's other than the construction going on, and it's a little, maybe that film, and guys are misreading. And we're gonna try to figure that out today. But no, guys are practicing, all seriousness. Guys are practicing hard. This group's coming together, very competitive group, fun to coach. I think big things are on the horizon for this team.
We've talked a lot about returners, newcomers. You guys have so many returners. And in your second year, I mean, how much does that help accomplish what you want to accomplish? Because you're not starting over in a lot of ways.
It's weird, think about this, we're talking college basketball, you have 6 returners coming back. And most times, if it was 5 or 10 years ago, we're cringing, because that means we had to bring in 7 to 8 new players. But it's where we're at right now in college basketball. At least we have 6 experienced guys coming back. 3 guys where it seemed like they're constantly in double figures. Of course, Orlando Lovejoy leading the lead in scoring. Nate Johnson and TJ Nadeau both averaging in conference 10 points. That's huge. We didn't have that last year. And you have experience with Legend Jeter and Ryan Callaway. I always say they're double figures because they're together. They just don't know it. They're twins right now. And then you take Jared Larry, who's been working himself back in. And before he got injured, he was getting about 9-8 a game. So that gives us a good base. Because now if I call out a drill, or if I get excited and scream a little bit, those guys don't get shook. It's other guys that, you know, are looking around like, holy, is coach gonna be okay? But no, it's those guys, it definitely helps, and it definitely helps that they have experience, and they've been through the league, and they had over, I don't know, it's over 120 some practices now. You take the summer, it's more than that. So, like I said, we're headed in the right direction.
Yeah, I think to that point, some may think, oh, they're still pretty young, but in reality, the sophomores have already gone through the bumps and bruises that maybe regular sophomores would go to on an experienced team from last year, if that makes sense.
Yeah, throw out that they're, that they're only sophomores, because they play major minutes. You know, how much they play in high school, how much they play in AAU, how much you get a chance to practice in the summer. You do strength and conditioning, you do film sessions. This is how it is now. College basketball, it seems like NBA and European ball is going young anyway, so these young guys want to get the opportunity. Now they're given the opportunity, now they have to deliver.
You mentioned Lovejoy as well, obviously leading the league in scoring, but I think talking to you throughout the year, you still felt that there was more there in him as a player. You know, what do you think that is his next level?
Well, I'm challenging Orlando, and you know, you guys probably talk to him later on today, but well, his standards are, and my standards for him are even higher. The standards within the league is higher for him. When you get votes for Player of the Year, that means that you know, it's more responsibility put on your plate, where it's not just scoring the basketball, it's assisting the basketball, it's not taking plays off, it's being more vocal, it's communicating, it's being a coach on the floor, you represent yourself off the floor, but more is expected. I don't coach him as he's a honorable mention type player. When you're preseason all conference first team, that means you bring it every single day, just like the rest of the guys, but you have to bring it to a different level. And expectations where I know he wants to go, that's what I'm gonna hold him accountable, because I know we need him to go where he wants to go. That means our team's gonna go where I want us to go, and that's gonna be fun.
Injuries may be a little bit different, a bigger of a story than you would have liked last year. Anything different to, you know, prevent some of those, or is that just luck of the draw, you think?
I don't, you know, injuries happen to every team. I just know if it happens this year, we have more depth. We're going over it as a staff this morning. When you have 4 viable bigs all, you know, battling for playing time, and you have, I don't know, 9 other guards. I think any of them can play. Some is going to be by committee, but you know, what a difference a year makes, because if we do have injuries, we have players that we brought in via high school players, via Porter, that can have college experience, that can come in and produce. And I think a big strength of this year's team is our numbers. I don't want to take Golden State's cliche from, I don't know, the year they won it, strength in numbers, but we're going to be deep. But then being deep, that means it's going to be better practices where you're not going against walk-ons and coaches getting out there, and GAs, you're going against another good college player that's going to challenge you daily. But also with our depth, we can play faster, we can pick up full court, we can press a little bit more, and we're not going to take plays off. My biggest thing to this team is we're not taking plays off. If that's the case, we're going to put someone in that's not going to take a play off.
We've talked about, those freshmen from last year becoming sophomore. You still got a decent, I think it's 6 freshmen this year. Is there a certain leadership maybe from the TJs and, the guys that have been through that to pass on to these young freshmen what it's like to be thrown in the fire and contribute right away?
I think all the vets, I think we have a good group. All the vets are trying to help the young guys get acclimated, challenge them, but also help them and guide them. And that's not easy in this generation, because the better you get, that means probably the lesser minutes I'm going to get, because I can catch up to you and be just as good. But a good team is where if you're out of the game, I'm going to hold down the fort, I'm going to do my part, and I'm going to hopefully maintain the lead, or we're going to get a bigger lead. And the better teams, the championship teams, the teams that are competitive, that wins double figures in games, they have depth. And depth matters in college basketball. It's going to matter how we want to play. And also that means that we brought some better players in. I thought last year, once we did have injuries, there was a big drop-off. I thought we competed and we're in games, but now the expectations is not just to compete and be in games, it's to win games. It's to get to Indianapolis. It's the challenge for one of those berths in the NCAA tournament. So this is for Rick, because I know he's in Florida. He's listening because he told me we're live. I'm not going to oversell, and I know one thing: we're going to win more games.
So I guess the ultimate question: what is a successful year in your mind then, at the end?
Well, you win more games. We have a very challenging non-conference schedule. I looked at that thing again this morning, like I do every morning. Like any program, we want more home games. Home games aren't easy to get at times. We're going to do more home and homes next year. But we have to be playing our best basketball when the Horizon League starts. Now, we're going to be very competitive. We're going to challenge some guys. We are going to steal some wins. But we have 20 conference games. Those are the most important games. And if you see, if you go just back last year, if you finish in the top half, you get a home game. And then how the new standings are, or the new seedings in the conference tournament, they're taking 6 teams in Indy. As a program, we haven't been to Indy. My goal, and a successful goal that I think's on the table for this year's team, is to get to Indy. I'll be very satisfied if we're in Indy, and of course I'm going to get greedy. We're going to want to win when we get there, but you have to get there. You have to have a home game to help get you there, and then let's see what happens.
Any thoughts on the new format? Because it used to be everybody gets in no matter what. Now that's kind of a play-in type of scenario to get to the next round.
Well, I think the play-in, and I could be wrong, is the bottom 2
Yes.
teams. I plan on not being there. Last year we would have been there. And then, I think if you finish in the top 6, you get a home game. Or, you get to ask PJ. I don't know quite like it is, but, it's one game that I think is to get the Indy. So long as you host a home game, and then when you get there, the 2 bottom seeds play, and then the other teams are waiting. So you want to be in the top half. And I know a lot of people here and the viewers watching or listening, and I challenged my team. Robert Morris last year was picked 10th. Next thing you know, they won the conference and the NCAA tournament. I showed our players this summer, the first day on campus, their celebration in Indy, where they haven't been before, their celebration on campus with their student body and their administration. It's viable. You just got to get to. It's viable. You just